Hey everyone, what's going on? I hope you're all ready for a proper breakdown because we've got a focus patch that just landed for Payday 3, and I want to walk you through what it actually does, why it matters for your runs, and what you should be testing or showing off on stream or in your clips. The patch, Update 2.4, isn't a content drop or a flashy new heist. It's one of those behind-the-scenes quality of life and stability updates that changes how the game feels at the edges, rather than what's on the map. And that matters a lot for the day-to-day of playing, and for the smaller important annoyances that break the flow of a run. The devs added a clear HUD indicator for when a player or an AI crew member is carrying a bag, which sounds small until you've lost a bag handoff in the middle of an escape, and everyone's sprinting past each other. That little marker reduces those frantic moments and tightens up coordination. The same update fixed an annoying UI overlap where the distance icon used to block the thermal drill status panel. I can't tell you how many times a drill failure or a missed drill timer felt like a dumb UI issue rather than a player mistake, so having that visibility back is a real quality of life win. They also corrected cases where the C-stack amounts shown on the results screen didn't match what players actually received, and stopped the game from telling solo players they weren't the party leader or showing tutorial pop-ups after you'd already completed them. Those are the kinds of polished details that make the game feel finished rather than patchy. Beyond the HUD and tutorial polish, the update addresses several weapon, melee, and heist scripting problems that were causing broken interactions or exploits in some maps. This is the part that'll affect metas and the little tricks teams use to shave time off a run. If you were relying on a quirky melee interaction, a bugged weapon behavior, or a map exploit to skip an objective or bypass a trigger, expect that to be less reliable or outright closed. That's by design. The studio is prioritizing intended mechanics and consistency, even if that means removing shortcuts players discovered and used to speedrun or cheese certain challenges. For players who like stable, predictable loadouts, that's a positive. For anyone who enjoyed turning a broken behavior into a strategy, it's going to feel like content removal, even though it's technically a fix. The practical upshot is fewer how did that even happen moments, and hopefully fewer crashes or desyncs tied to those edge case interactions. Now let's get into what that means for your videos and for actual runs. Start by showing the HUD bag indicator in action. Have one of your teammates pick up a big bag, run through the route, hand it off, and then highlight how the indicator makes that handoff smoother or how it prevents that classic nobody knows who has the bag confusion during an escape. Then run a thermal drill heavy segment, maybe on a map where drill visibility used to be an issue, and narrate the difference. Viewers will notice the subtle UX change, even if they don't know the technical details behind it. And it's the kind of practical demonstration that makes for clear, relatable content. Also, test a couple of loadouts that you or your crew rely on for overkill-style play, and show whether previously unreliable interactions now behave consistently. This is a great moment to remind your audience why patch notes aren't just a boring list, but actually change the way you plan a run. In short, make the update feel tangible. Show the before and after where possible, and talk through how your decision-making shifts because of the fix. There's also a meta angle to cover. The patch is being framed by players as a stabilization hotfix rather than a big content update, and the community reaction is predictably mixed. Some folks are grateful for the bug and HUD fixes because their sessions became less frustrating overnight. Others are disappointed because their expectations were for a new heist or larger feature content, especially after the delivery charge release earlier. For creators and community leaders, that split gives you material. Respond to both perspectives honestly. Explain why the fixes are valuable while acknowledging that players wanting more content aren't wrong to feel left wanting. That balance will make your commentary come off fair rather than defensive, and it invites better discussion in the comments. If you want to cite community responses in your video, Steam discussion threads and community posts are where the immediate reactions are playing out, and smaller outlets and patch aggregators have summarized the technical side of the changes if you want to link those in your description. For practical advice to drop into the video and to help your viewers adapt quickly, recommend they run co-op bag handoff tests, run a vault or thermal drill practice run to confirm the distance icon no longer obscures important drill info, and double-check any exploit-dependent routes or tricks on delivery charge or touch the sky that they might have been using. If those tricks are patched out, suggest alternatives. Plan a slightly more conservative escape route, carry an extra teammate cushion near the bag handoff point, or lean on more reliable weapons and kits that emphasize predictable performance over exotic interactions. For content creators who stream or clip short-form content, encourage showing both the old exploit, if they have footage, and the patched behavior. That watch used to work, now it doesn't format and is engaging and helps viewers understand why updates matter beyond patch notes. You can also use this update to revisit the broader conversation about where the game is headed. The dev team has been balancing fresh heist releases with smaller stability updates, and the cadence of those may frustrate players who want more frequent, big content drops. That said, stability updates make future content less risky. New heists or mechanics won't be layered on top of a broken foundation if common UI and weapon bugs are addressed first. That is a defensible position from a dev perspective, and it's worth explaining that trade-off to viewers who may expect a faster pace of new heists. In your script, make space to explain both the immediate player experience improvements and the long-term rationale for these fixes. It helps temper reactionary outrage while still validating community expectations. You don't have to take sides, just present the technical benefit and the emotional response and let viewers draw conclusions. One thing you could emphasize as you wrap up is that patches like this, while not flashy, are essential for a healthy game lifecycle. The smoother the base mechanics are, the more potential the devs have to build complex heists, deeper systems, and better AI behavior down the road. It's like repairing the foundation before you add another floor. Nobody gets excited about drywall and bolts, but without them, the whole thing collapses later. So even though Update 2.4 isn't the biggest or most exciting, it's a solid investment in the game's future. A few production tips for the video. Keep the tone conversational and grounded. Narrate like you're describing what you do in a run with friends, and avoid getting too technical unless you're showing a clip. Use split screen or cutaways to show the UI fix and the bag indicator, and overlay a simple caption calling out the exact change so viewers who skim can still take away the point. If you've got access to older footage showing the issue, juxtapose it with the new behavior. Nothing conveys, "This actually improved," faster than side-by-side comparison. Also place links in your video description pointing to the official patch notes, and a couple community threads for viewers who want to read the raw changelog or see debates. That builds credibility and gives your audience pathways to verify claims. Finally, leave your audience with something actionable. Tell them what to test, what to show off in their next stream, and what to expect moving forward. Suggest they try out their favorite speedrun exploit spots if those are closed. Challenge them to find new optimizations that lean on skill and coordination rather than bugs. Encourage them to post clips of edge case behavior that still seems buggy so the devs have concrete repros to work from. Community-sourced repros are often how the next hotfix gets prioritized. And sign off by reminding viewers you'll keep testing the game's behavior after future patches, and that you'll bring back a follow-up once there's a content update or a big mechanical change worth a deeper look. Keep it natural and conversational, because these patches matter most on the ground level when you're trying to finish a run without the game getting in the way. And that's the kind of detail that makes or breaks your next successful heist.